If you're a UGC creator already making decent money, but you're stuck at that 5K to 15K per month range, this video is going to show you exactly how to scale to 100K per month. And most creators think the only way to make more money is to work with more brands, create more content, or charge higher rates. But there's actually a ceiling to how much you can make as a solo creator. If you want to break through to 6 figures monthly, you need to think like a business owner, not just a content creator. My name is Owen, and I've scaled my UGC business to over $50,000 per month, and I've helped over 370 creators build sustainable businesses. And I'm going to show you the exact model that takes creators from 10K range to over 100K per month. This isn't about working harder or creating more content. This is about leveraging what you've already built to create a scalable business that works for you. Let me start with some real talk. There's a mathematical ceiling to how much you can make as a solo UGC creator. Here's the math. You can realistically create 30 to 60 high quality videos per month. Premium UGC rates cap out around $100 per video if you're pumping out a high volume and you're not a big influencer. And even with usage rights and bonuses, you're looking at $3,000 to $6,000 for normal creators, or upwards of $10,000 per month for good creators. Now, why most creators get stuck is they think scaling means working more hours, taking on more brands, or burning themselves out with content creation. But that's not scaling, that's just working harder for linear growth. The real problem is you're trading time for money. No matter how much you charge, you're still limited by the hours in your day and the content you can personally create. So you need to shift and have a mindset shift from creator to business owner. Here's what I realized when I hit my own ceiling around 18K per month as a UGC creator. I wasn't running a business. I was running an expensive freelance operation. The creator mindset is, how can I get more deals? How can I charge more per video? And how can I create content faster? A business owner mindset is, how can I leverage my relationships to create more value for others? How can I build systems that generate revenue without my direct involvement? How can I turn my expertise into an actual scalable operation? So the UGC agency model is your path to 100K per month. The model that changed everything for me is transitioning from being just a UGC creator to running a UGC agency. Here's how it works. Instead of just creating content for brands, you become the bridge between brands and creators. So the first revenue stream as a UGC agency is creator management. You will go from charging just 1K per brand per month as a creator to charging upwards of 10K or 20K or 50K per month to brands. And then you'll take the majority of that margin for yourself and pay creators out of that budget. Normal percentages are 50% margins or higher. So if you charge a brand 20K, you can take 12, 15K of that home and pay the rest to creators. Now, I don't recommend this. I want to make sure creators that work under me are well compensated, but that is what people do in the space. And brands are happy because they might pay 20K, but if they get a viral video, they'll be making an extra 50K in monthly recurring revenue. And when you have hundreds of new videos going out, that's extremely likely. So here's how it works. Let's say a creator makes 1K per deal and they make 60 videos from that deal. You will give the brand 3 to 5 creators making 2 to 3 videos per day per creator. The brand will benefit by having tons of organic videos posted for them on brand new accounts with proven creators that know how to go viral and have gone viral before, which is key. And just one of those videos, again, can add over $50,000 in monthly recurring revenue. I've seen it for apps that I've worked with. So one viral video will pay for an entire 3-month campaign. The next income stream that you have from a UGC agency is your content production markups, or your ability to upsell or cross-sell on your main offer. So let's say your main offer is 500 videos per month to a business. You can also tell them that, hey, we're also going to, whitelist this content, or we're also going to add an influencer budget or a clipping campaign. We have all this content, let's just repost it with clippers. It's cheaper, it's an extra $5,000, but it's another way that you can monetize your already great offer. And then you have retainer relationships. Typically, you want to do a minimum of a 3-month commitment because you are helping the brands with organic content, which honestly sometimes takes 2 or 3 months to go viral. And so creators will be more bought in and work with that brand longer if they know for a fact that they're going to be making videos for the next 3 months for that brand. That's how you see the best results for both the brand and the creator, and it's how you build a good rep in the space. So here's the math that ends up changing everything. So instead of being limited to your personal content output, you're now taking a percentage of multiple creators' earnings while providing value to both sides of the equation. So UGC creators specifically are perfectly positioned for this because you already have the most valuable asset needed to build this business, which is brand relationships. You've already built trust with brands. They know you deliver results. Now you can leverage those relationships to place other creators into deals and into brands. The second asset you have is content creation expertise. This is extremely hard for businesses, specifically developers or founders, to understand. Usually they don't have that background. but you understand what makes UGC convert, and you can train other creators and ensure quality for your brand partners. The third asset is industry knowledge. You know, pricing, negotiation, you know, the business side of UGC, you know what a creator manager looks like, you know what a creative director looks like, you know what scalable Notion operations looks like as well. And then finally, the fourth asset is a proven track record. So you should have a portfolio if you're a UGC creator that demonstrates your understanding of content, brands you've worked with, and success. So here's the step-by-step transition process. The first phase is documenting your systems. I use Notion. I have SOPs, or standard operating procedures, for onboarding brands, brand communication, managing creators, getting the best content possible from creators, and more. You need this to scale. So you need to build a dedicated Slack for each client that you onboard for consistent communication. I personally use SideShift to manage my creators. The second phase is recruiting your first creators. So what I recommend is using your friends who are creators, or get your creators from SideShift. And if you have a personal brand, you can use your personal brand. It's actually the easiest way to get creators. The third phase is then leveraging existing brand relationships on sales calls, showing brands that you are a creator yourself, and show what work you have done for brands. The best way to do this is through Superwall. Superwall is a web app that helps you track your analytics from an app point of view. The fourth phase is building your agency operations. To manage multiple creators, you will need a weekly schedule. Each creator should have a one-on-one call per week, and they should also do at least one group call per week to not only work on hooks and content and all of that, but also to check on morale. Make sure your creators are good. You have to really take care of them in order to have them bought in and constantly paying attention. Phase 5 is actually scaling your network. So now, once you have some success, what you want to do is make content about your success. For instance, I got a brand's 4 million views at a $1 CPM. So I made a post on Twitter about that, and someone messaged me and were like, hey, I'd like that too. I said, cool, this is what it costs. And they said, cool, let's do it. And they paid me. So these are real world examples of creator to agency successes that I have personally seen. Colin is a former UGC creator in the TikTok One program and recently made the transition to become a UGC business owner instead. Colin's first week as my student, he signed a 3-month, $16,000 per month contract. Like, think about how crazy that is. I don't know if there's any other agencies in the space where you can go from creator making $5,000, maybe $10,000 a month, to agency owner doing $16,000 per month. He's going to make $48,000 from this deal, and if he does well, he probably will extend it and get more money. It's crazy. Ryan is another agency owner that actually transitioned from running an SMMA agency to a UGC agency. So Ryan's first week, he actually signed a $7,500 per month deal managing UGC creators. There's so much opportunity in the space right now. Pretty much any agency or creator experience will make it much easier and quicker for you to have success. And the problem with the general SMMA agency is that it's kind of overplayed, you know? Like, it's extremely overpopular, but this version of UGC is actually pretty new. So it's a great time to get in. So you actually skip the hardest part if you are coming from that creator or agency background. See, most people are trying to start agencies and they have to build brand relationships from zero. They don't have any trust. But because you've already done this before, you do have trust and you have immediate credibility. When you approach other creators, you can show them your own success and brand partnerships. When you approach brands, you can show them what you did as a creator. So you can talk to both sides, which is an incredible talent. With industry expertise, you also understand the nuances of UGC that outsiders miss. You also have network effects, so your existing creator connections can become your first network members, so you're able to just get a lot of new creators intro to you every single day. So here are some common mistakes creators make when they start scaling. The first mistake is trying to scale too fast. You need to get results first, and the best clients are actually referrals, which come from delivering results. So for instance, like my student Colin, he's going to be working with a brand for 3 months for $48,000. It makes most sense for Colin to focus on that brand, even if it's the only deal he signs for the next 3 months, to really double down and get them results. Because if he does, and he nails his communication process with the brand, he nails working with creators, they have viral videos, that client is number one going to grow, and he can make personal brand content and grow his agency and get more leads. But two, that client will probably introduce Colin to his friends. The second mistake is not systemizing before scaling. You need to have good systems before you scale. Without systems, your clients will eventually get unhappy at the lack of communication, at the lack of results, and honestly, unhappy in general. The third mistake is competing with your own creators and not treating them like kings or queens. That is a huge priority. Your rep in the space is built off how you treat people. Now, one of the main reasons I'm even telling you about this is because there are people who run UGC agencies that get really horrible feedback from people. The fourth mistake would be undervaluing the service. The service is expensive because you have to have insider creator knowledge. You also have to have really good management ability. You have to have time to actually run these big campaigns and work with all these creators day in and day out. That's why apps consistently pay a lot for the service. So this is a $100,000 per month breakdown. Let me show you what that 100K per month actually looks like. You can get there in a few different ways. You actually just need 5 solid clients to hit 100K per month in MRR. Standard way to do this is 20K per month for 3 to 6 month contracts. But there are agencies that charge upwards of 50K per month for this service, or 100K per month or more, but they've been in the game for a while, years, literally years before I even started. So don't expect to be there right away. As your creator network grows and your brand relationships deepen, the business becomes more valuable and generates more revenue with less direct involvement from you. So why this works better than other scaling methods compared to selling like a UGC community. So when you compare why the UGC agency model is better than other scaling methods, one of them being just raising your rates, you're still capped by your personal capacity to make videos if you're raising your rates. On top of that, you're really never gonna make that much money. The other thing is you can have multiple revenue streams. So if you wanna take on a creator deal here and there just for fun or just to, meet people or make money, you can always do that. But you're actually broadening how you can make money as a creator and increasing your knowledge when you decide to transition to a UGC agency. The UGC agency is allowing you to actually create a business asset that has consistent, locked in monthly recurring revenue versus just depending on your personal brand or what brands decide to pay you. Compared to traditional agency models, you're actually going to rely a lot on industry relationships as a content creator or as someone that's in the UGC space versus just doing cold outreach, trying to land your next SMMA client. You also have an extremely high margin service delivery versus a complex campaign management type business model. So the long-term vision for running a UGC agency isn't just about hitting 100K per month. It's about building a business that actually has enterprise value. So your first goal, your year one goal, should be to consistently hit 100K per month in 12 months. I've seen quite a few people do this. They're my friends. I hang out with them. I go on calls with them. I was in New York last week visiting some of them. I know people that do 500K a month running an agency model like this, right? And if you're not hitting 50K per month, there's probably like a lead flow issue or a sales issue, because realistically, you should have the money coming in to be at least at 50K per month if you're genuinely trying. But that's the first year. Now, year 2 to 3, that's when you can try to push to 500K per month. I know 2 people that have done this. They are industry leaders, but most people that are well known in the space usually are like 100 to 200K per month running an agency in the content space. And agencies actually do have exit potential. You can sell agencies. Everyone knows people that have sold agencies. I personally haven't because I just don't really love running the agency model. I have my own apps, by the way. That's why I'm telling you all this, because hopefully you learn how to run an agency well and I can pay you to manage creators for my app so I can just go fly fishing. It's kind of my dream. Like, I would love to pay you 15K per month to manage my creators, manage the whole budget, make sure my app's growing, making sure we're making money, we're making good decisions. And the whole time my phone's off and I haven't looked at my phone in 2 weeks because I've been trying to hike 18 miles back into the California backcountry to catch golden trout. That is pretty much where I want to be. And I think teaching you how to run a UGC agency is the best way to do that. So that's exactly how you scale from being just a UGC creator to running a 100K per month UGC agency. The opportunity is massive and your timing is perfect. The UGC market is exploding. but the infrastructure to efficiently connect brands with creators is still being built. Like literally, platforms are building this right now. I talk to platforms every day. They ask for my advice on this, and they're being built right now in October 2025. You're early. I promise you, you're actually extremely early. This is going to go on for years, many years. And if you start right now, you can have an extremely profitable UGC business model in the next 3 months. And if you're already a successful UGC creator, you're in the perfect position to capitalize on that opportunity. You have the relationships, you have the content expertise, you have credibility, plus you probably like content. You're just in the perfect place to run a UGC agency. But here's the thing, knowing the model and actually executing it are completely different things. If you want my personal help building your UGC agency, including access to my brand network, my creator recruitment systems, my content circle community with over 373 content creators, and one-on-one guidance through the entire process, then check out my one-on-one mentorship program where I'll personally walk you through this entire system. I'll personally work with you to transition your career from creator to agency owner and help you build a business that can scale to 100K per month in profit. This is how you stop trading your time for money and start building real wealth in the creator economy. Click the link in the description if you're ready to make that transition, and I'll see you inside.